I do want to give you a peek at one of the classic or legacy workspaces to show you a change that was made in there. So let me just open File, Workspaces, Open Workspace. Normally I just hit Control O myself, but here I use the menu so you can follow along. And we are still in the Futures High Timeframe Link layout folder where the 4 new workspaces are contained. The Futures Day, the Futures Swing, both of them we've looked at now. The Futures Ticks, which I promise we'll get back to, that's the star of this whole show. And then the Futures Excel Swing, where we scan for really very high time frames. And that's actually the one I want to show you, but I do want to show it in the classic layout. Do know that all 4 of these look exactly the same and behave almost exactly the same. And basically that's just what that new layout is about. But let me just go up into the classic legacy layout, and what I want to do, I want to go up one level further because I want to go down into the white background again. I think this black background does not carry so well in the videos, so enough with that. We'll go into the white, and here we'll go into the Futures Legacy layout, and again here are all the classic ones that you've known from before. Now I do want to mention one thing. I don't want to open it, but just this Futures Swing workspace that used to be just 15, 20, 30 and 60, but where we've added 120 and 240, that change has been implemented in these classic ones as well. So these classic ones also have these new intervals added, and I think you will appreciate that. Even though you only have 4 charts to show them, they have the interval linking so that the top left chart shows anything you click at over here. So that helps you find more trades that way. And the same is then also true in Excel Swing, and that's what I want to show you. So let me open the Excel Swing. Let me open the Excel Swing workspace here. Now, for those of you who are new to this, this is where we scan for very, very high time frame zones: 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 6 hour, and 8 hour. So these are zones that are very high time frame. Therefore, they actually often have a lot of oomph in them, and they have high probability of working. Generally, you still have to follow the same rules, but they are very predictable, very reliable zones. But obviously, there aren't that many of them being such high time frame, and it's not every week you actually get a trade filled using these. So just be aware of that. The other thing to be aware of, if you've never used the Excel Swing workspace before, is it takes forever to download the first time because it has to download so much data. In TradeStation, data, in the case of minute data, works so that it's not the number of bars, it's the number of total minutes that adds up. And the total number of minutes, because of the very high intervals we have here, is just colossal. So that means it can take a long time, many minutes. Well, no pun intended, but it can take 5-10 minutes to download this and fully populate this the first time, and you just want to let it do that. Okay, just wait for all of this to be populated, and once that's done, you can start moving around here, but wait for it to finish first before you start messing around with it. That's what I do recommend. In all of the legacy workspaces, we have fixed entry charts of the same size, in this case 60, 120, 240, and 480. If you want to see a 180 or a 360, you have to click it, and then that will show up in the top left chart up here. And something similar is true in the other legacy workspaces. The high time frame chart is fixed. It is up to you to change it. So based on what you're clicking at, you want to match that over here. And again, it doesn't change by itself. I did that because I did not want to add the complexity of High Timeframe Link without warning, so that when you get a new version and you start opening workspaces you have used for years, you don't start getting confusion from behavior you're not familiar with. But what if you say, completely reasonably say, wait a second, I want that new high time frame link feature. That really is convenient, and that would help me always get the right high time frame over here. Well, you can easily get it because I already added high time frame link in here. I just kept it disabled. So what you would do is you would right click over here in the high time frame chart, you would go to studies, you go enable disable. You see it sits there, but its checkbox is off because it's been disabled. The moment I enable it, and by the way, you'll notice up here as well, it says link is suspended, so it sits there suspended, but the moment you enable it in here, it will actually turn that on, so it becomes active, and it'll say we are now ready for business. Click here to update. Once you click this, it will update to this, in this case, a 900-minute chart, which is the closest for the 180, and so now you have High Timeframe Link enabled in this workspace. If you save this workspace, it will be there next time you load it, including that ugly message from the lawyers that say, do you want to really enable this High Timeframe Link that has permission to execute commands in the chart. So that's a downside, that you will get that, and that's also a big reason why I haven't enabled this by default. So it sits there dormant, ready for you to enable it if you want it, as long as you are aware and prepared for the consequences of that. I hope that makes sense. Oh, one more thing I should mention. When you do have a workspace with High Timeframe Link enabled, and again with High Timeframe Link having that run command with confirmation off enabled in the TradeStation settings, what that means is not only will you get a warning from TradeStation lawyers when you open the workspace, you will also get a warning when you try to close the workspace. And you might think, what the heck? And there's a reason for that. Let me show you that. So if you go to Workspaces, close Workspace, you'll see you now also get a warning here. The reason for that is that in case the automation that's going on, the commands that are being issued are related to strategies or orders. Let's say you have some trade management that automatically keeps track of a trade that are going on or anything like that of that nature. They want to make sure that you're not being surprised that you accidentally close the workspace and now suddenly you're losing that automation. So that's why they ask the question. So unfortunately, both when you open the workspace with a High Timeframe Link and when you close it, well, you have to answer these questions. That is the downside of that feature. I am sorry about that, and I will change it the moment TradeStation ever gives me a way to do so. But for now, that is a price we have to pay for that very convenient feature. I'll close this, and then finally it'll be gone. All right, I hope that makes sense.